Hey everyone, it's theGameconomist. Today I'm looking into the Dragonslayer Swordspear so that you have a better understanding of its strengths and weaknesses. Now, what stood out more than anything else to me was the range. I did do some research and found that the Swordspear has similar range to the Gargoyle Spear, with someone even claiming that it outranges the Gargoyle Spear. So besides the long range, I also noticed how useful the R2 was on the one-handed moveset. It is a horizontal sweeping attack, which is very useful for roll catching. And if you're going to two-hand the weapon, that R2, if you charge it all the way, is a really long range attack. So one of the things I like to do, I like to sort of free aim that or point away from my opponent and lock onto them at the last second. It's a pretty interesting way. I thought it was pretty effective for tricking a lot of opponents. I don't know how effective that would be in high-level PvP. But I do know that if you do manage to fully charge it as maybe you're punishing like an ultra weapon, you're going to be able to pretty much outrange. Well, you want to outrange like a whip weapon art, but you'll outrange most weapons. So, what I didn't like about the weapon was definitely the two-handed R1. That's a big deal. It's that on the Dragonslayer Swordspear is one of the glaive moveset basically. It's the overhead swing. It's real slow and clunky. Most players know they can just rotate to your side. They'll hold the shield up and rotate to your side. And so if they have like a Black Knight shield, which happens to be what everyone's using these days, or like a Lothric Knight shield, they're easily going to work around you when you're using that two-handed R1. You could switch to the one-handed R1, but that's also slower than it would be if it was just a regular two-hand R1 spear moveset. So lacking the two-handed R1 spear moveset, kind of a big nerf to this weapon. If they had decided not to have it have the glaive moveset, if they just gave it the spear moveset, this would actually be a crazy good spear in my opinion, maybe better than the St. Biden, maybe tying with St. Biden, I don't know. But as it is, having the glaive moveset for the two-handed R1, it lacks that hyper armor, so it's kind of held back by that. At least I can say it's okay at roll catching. That overhead swing, but again, I personally feel that holds it back a lot. I did bring the deep dagger with me to help with the backstab fishing. I felt like that countered that for the most part. It did. Or people are rolling into you excessively, you just switch to the dagger and spam it. But yeah, overall, I feel like mixing it with the glaive moveset really only works if it has more poise. In fact, one of the nice things about the split-leaf greatsword, besides the fact that it just does ridiculous damage, which it probably shouldn't do as much damage as it does when you do the R1 combo, weapon art combo, right? Probably shouldn't do that much damage. What's nice about it is the hyper armor on that glaive. It's going to outpoise a lot of weapons. If the Dragonslayer Swordspear had that, that would alone make it a lot more competitive. It would still lack the chip damage needed to fight through shields, so again, it probably still wouldn't reach into the top tiers, but at least it would be in the upper tier. But yeah, so it's held back by that glaive moveset, low poise, and but at the same time, it has interestingly good range and a very good one-handed moveset if you're kind of a defensive player. Personally, I brought the Silver Knight medium shield, and parry some of those rolling attacks. Some of the weapon arts can be parried out there, even though it's a medium shield. I'm not that good at the setup parries. I've tried. I feel like those are even riskier than just becoming good at the reactive parries, but maybe in another day I'll be better. Because you get players that know that you want to do a reactive parry, so they swing once to bait out the parry, and then they hesitate, and then they punish your setup parry. It's really frustrating. So I feel like reactive parries are just so much better than setup parries, but maybe I'm just a scrub or something, I have no idea. Anyways, that's everything I have to say about it. I want to thank all of you for helping me reach 2,000 subscribers, and I'm going to go ahead and dip out of the video now. Please enjoy the rest of it, and leave a comment, a like, and let me know what kind of weapon you'd like me to work on next. Alright, thanks guys.